Okay, welcome back. So we're going to look at something very exciting. I want to show you some things that are in plain sight that I think have to do with the 33 lattice that we have been discussing in previous podcasts. So recall the 33 lattice is Nikola Tesla's etheric lattice, the grid, where we have defined a 363-degree scalar circle with 11 intervals, and so that each phase angle is separated by this frequency, base frequency of 33 degrees. And so we go around in the first rotation, and we go from 33 degrees to 66 to 99 to 132. And I've looked at this as we go around. There are 11 nodes. It's it's got the triadic 369 pattern that Tesla described about and the connection with resonance. So if this is correct, I feel like we're going to find this pieces of this in ancient glyphs. We're going to find remnants of this in certain groups on the planet. And so let's jump in and look at something very fascinating. This is interesting to me. I want to share this with you because it's very intriguing. All right, so let me jump in. I'm going to share my screen and we'll pull up the presentation. So here it is. Move this over here. Okay. So, the Sagrada Familia code, the hidden 33 lattice in plain sight. So that should grab you here. So many of you, what is the Sagrada Familia? What's this about code and what's this about hidden, 33 lattice in plain sight? Let's jump in. Okay, so if you're not familiar with the Sagrada Familia, you don't know where it's located, and so it's in Spain, Barcelona. And this structure, which is beautiful, the structure is, as you look at it, designed by Antoni Gaudi. And one of the things that you look at when you look at this structure is that it's got a lot of curves on it. A lot of curves, not really 90-degree angles, but very, very round. So the construction of this started in 1882. It's still ongoing. And if you ever visit Spain, this is something you've got to see. So in the architecture, it blends geometry and there's symbolism, very deep symbolism and natural forms designed really as a three-dimensional expression of spiritual and mathematical ideas. So, what do we see here? And what's this all about? So, the Sagrada Familia, there's a Passion Façade, there's a magic square that's placed here. So, let me explain a little bit about what this is. So, facade is where you're looking kind of at the front of a building architecturally speaking. Passion here, what they're doing here in in the geometry and the architecture is they are depicting the crucifixion of Christ. And they're using bones and they're using specific architectural features, sculptures to really emotionally pull the energy to the visitors that are there. So what about this? And we can look at the actual sculptures and discuss those, but that's not my main point here. My main point is on the wall to the right is this magic square that's 4 by 4. And we need to get into this magic square and why this magic square is present at this location. So there, it was placed here by a sculptor. So Joseph Maria, this Subarax, is responsible for this Passion Façade, the sculptures in this magic square. So this is again the magic square. And we want to look at this is that because if you start to look at the square, it has numbers on it. And it's these numbers that I want to go into deeper. Like if you look at this, what do you see? And why is it even there? Sitting next to this scene that is so emotional, describing the crucifixion of Christ. And why 33? What is up with this? So before we get into this, and I will go and take that magic square apart, I want to revisit our etheric lattice, our 33 lattice that here's a picture of Nikola Tesla sitting in front of this impulse coil. You can see here, it looks very similar to this drawing over here that I've reconstructed. And you can see this has three concentric rings. Here, it's got these radial lines that are coming off of it, and it looks like an orb web from a spider. And this is his impulse coil. And so, what is going on between these? This is the etheric lattice. I reconstructed it, and I'm just gonna, for the sake of this video, I'm just going to focus on this first concentric ring, one rotation around. So this circle here is what I would define as the 363-degree scalar circle. Not 360, I didn't make a mistake, 363 degrees. This is the scalar circle broken up into 11 intervals. Okay, you can see like this is a pie cut into 11 like sections. Now these phase angles here, you can see that we jump. This is like 0, 0, 3, 6, 3. And then we jump to the first node, first radial line, and it's 33 degrees. And then the next jump to the second node is another 33 or 66. And then we go 99. These are increments of 33 degrees. All right, remember this is our 33-degree lattice. I've talked about this before. I've talked about how 33 and 330, these are complementary nodes, 66 to 297. Again, that's not my main focus right now, but this is a 33 lattice. This, if you digital root these double digits that are here. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12, or digital root 3. 9 and 9 is 18, or 1 and the 8 is 9. So you can see that you're going to get a 6, 3, 9, 6, 3, 9, 6, 3, 9. This is Tesla's triad, and it's falling out on this particular etheric lattice. So I refer to this as 33. The increments, if you've noticed, go in 33. If we even go out further, we're going to find in the outer area here 33. At the core, there's 33 as far as the intervals go. So my partner Daniela, she took a little visit to Barcelona, Spain, and she went by the Sagrada Familia. And she picked up this keychain when she was visiting there. And you can see this keychain is representing that magic square. And so I want now to go through this in more detail. I want you to look horizontally. We're going to look at horizontally. This is a 4x4 square with numbers on it. Okay, so the first thing, if you add the numbers 1, 14, 14, and 4, it adds to 33. 11, 7, 6, 9, 33. 8, 10, 10, 5, 33. 12, 2, 3, 15, 33. We can go vertical. Go vertical, 1, 11, 8, 13, 33. 14, 7, 10, 2, 33. The third column, 14, 6, 10, 3, 33. The last one, 4, 9, 5, 15, 33. Okay, so what I've just demonstrated is you go horizontal, every one of these. every one of these rows is 33. Vertically, every one of these columns is 33. Let's try if we go diagonally, 1, 7, 10, 15, 33. We go this direction, say 4, 6, 10, 13, 33. Look at the core, 7, 6, 10, 10, 33. Look at the corners, 1, 4, 13, 15, 33. Now, what's up with 33 here at the Sagrada Familia? Now, at the Crucifixion, it's it's been written that Christ was crucified at the age of 33. But in my opinion, this what is this doing here next to the crucifixion? Is it more than just the fact that he was crucified at the age of 33? I think, from my opinion, there's another story that's running here. So this really, if you look 33, as I showed you on the etheric lattice, it's the field constant. We're going in 33s. So this grid, the grid forms a fully coherent like path that's independent of structure. All of these pathways resolve, as you see here, to the same value. Just like if you see on the lattice that I showed you, they will all resolve when you jump from one node to the next and you're going in a rotation. They're all 33. Every path leads to 33. So this is not a decoration. It's actually a constraint describing how energy moves. So this was very fascinating. There's more here than just this. If this is not blowing you away, wait. Okay. Now, if this is 33 across, then we can go 33 times 33. Let's just do this across here and this here. 33 times 33 is 1089. This is our first harmonic. This is the square base pyramid. It's shifted by 9 degrees because recall this square base pyramid breathes. It's living. Then if we do 33 and we go times 66, so we take this 33 plus this 33, we get 2178. This is the second harmonic in our energy shells. So it's 1089 times 2 or 2178. This is also the what I refer to as the attractor, where you see that all the 1089 multiples will fold into this one. Then we can go 33 times 99. So if we go down this particular column, across this row, and then back up, that's the third shell, 3267. So on this 4 by 4 square, we've established that no matter what direction you go, including the core in the corners, they're all 33. So this is, if you look at the etheric lattice, it's 33 on the core, it's 33. If we go to the second concentric ring, doesn't matter if we go, clockwise, counterclockwise, it's all 33. So that's fascinating. So this is like a harmonic structure that we're dealing with. Okay, let's go a little bit further. If you look at the 4 by 4 square, there's 16 squares total. There's a duplication of 14 and there's a duplication of 10. That would indicate that all other numbers up to 16 are here. We're missing we're missing a couple of numbers. Plus, if you look, that would mean that we have 14 numbers that are unique because we're duplicating 14 and we're duplicating 10. So you're gonna see we have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and we can go all the way up to like 14, and then we have a 15 here, but the what we're missing are two numbers. Okay, 12 and 16 are not here. So we have 14 unique numbers, and 33 times 14 is 462. If we take the mirror of 462, and I've talked about mirror addition or summation, we get 726. This is the tetrahedron. Okay, 726 is This is the phase shifted tetrahedron. It's not 720, it's 726. These are the internal angles for summation. This is four triangles that are put together. So this already, when we start to look at it, this 726 is also on our etheric lattice. If I go back, here it is. Okay, it's on the second concentric ring here as we go through. All right, this is the fundamental unit of packing. If you pack space and you package it in this is the most stable structure system, minimal, structural system the universe does, which was shown by Buckminster Fuller, a famous geometrist. And let's go a little bit further. Okay, so then we have 16. So I talked about the 14 unique values. Let's go a little bit further on the next slide. So we're missing 12 and 16. These numbers are not present on the 4 by 4 grid. So let's take 12 times 33. That's 396. Its mirror is 693. So this difference between these is 297. And if you add these two together, you'll get 1089, the first square base pyramid. So you can do mere summation or mere subtraction. The difference here, the reason I show 297 is this runs down the seam of the hourglass. And this is shown in a different video. This is the phase constant shift, or Abraham Carem referred to this as the law of time. Then we can look at 16 times 33, 528. Okay, the mirror is actually, I have this, the mirror on this is, in this instance, should be 825. So I'm missing an 8 there. So it's 825. And the difference between those numbers is 297. So it's showing up more than once. Duplicate numbers, 14 and 10. If you do mere subtraction, you get 27. This is an important number. It's also a multiple of 9. It is, from my experience, the crystal spiral, because the crystal spiral is 1/7 and there's 6-digit repeats, and then they add to 27. I've talked about that before. And then the number 9 here is at the constriction point of the hourglass, 10 minus 1. So I believe this grid, it may function as more than just a symbol. It it looks like to me, because if you look at it, that it's a sort, it's a source, it's a structured emitter. And I'll go more into what that means in just a moment. But we definitely see 33 is showing up. It's invariant. And we know that 33 is creating coherence. So the location of this near the crucifixion enhances the interaction between perception, structure, and symbolic meaning. And the resonance is arising through proportion, not magnitude. So this is my interpretation that we've got a a magic square hanging on the wall that's got 33 all over it, which is representing a static a static view of the etheric lattice. So it's not, for me, it's not trivial. Um, we're seeing this invariance that's here. True, Christ died at the age of 33. This is what has been reported. And this is aligning with very deep geometric coherence. And you can look at their structured numerical symbolism that's found across cultures. And this 16 cell square may act as a projection of an underlying 11 node field. So what I mean by that is a 363 scalar circle broken into 11 sections of where each one is 33 degrees. Now, I took I took a BG6 pendulum that was designed by Ibrahim Karim, and I tested the magic square for BG3, which is life force. And the way that this works is you can hold the pendulum over an object, and if it rotates clockwise, torsion, it's an indication of the emission of BG3. And when I did this square, this square will cause the pendulum to rotate clockwise. So it is emitting, in my opinion, the life force. So we've got this hanging next to the crucifixion, and it's emitting life force at that location. Now, does 33 show up in other locations? So over the summer, I flew to Milan and so went to Italy and I looked at Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper painting. Daniela and I flew there. We went in and this is a very interesting painting, and it's been talked about extensively by a lot of people. But what I want to point out is we've got Christ here at the center, and then you have six disciples on each side. So there's 12 total. They're organized into three, in groups of three. So three, 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 three. So 33, 33. 33 times 33 is 1089. Is Christ the first harmonic sitting here? Interesting. Very interesting. Found that fascinating. So another hidden 33. And I'll end with this. So at the Sagrada Familia, of course, they've been working on the construction of this for a very long time. And they have recently hoisted up a 12-pointed star. It's on the Tower of the Virgin Mary. So this is the 12-pointed star. Now, in our geometry, 2178 is 2 times 1089. So it's two square-based pyramids put together. Or you could say it's an octahedron. Or because the geometry can jitterbug, according to Buckminster Fuller, it can change its shape. And I find it fascinating that the tetrahedron, which has 4 points, is 726. So if you take 726 and you multiply it by 3, so you put 3 tetrahedra together, you'll get 12 points. That could be 2178. And 2178 in the mathematics that I have, that number is what all other 1089 multiples will fold to. So it's like a mathematical attractor. This is hugely significant. And again, in my opinion, this will resonate with the invisible lattice, and through resonance, it will pull the life force or have the life force at this geographic location. Now, anybody can put up a 12-pointed star, but if you have the life force in that geographic location, everyone that is in the vicinity of that would be experiencing this harmonic balancing energy like they were doing like at the power spots in ancient Egypt. So is that what's going on here? And are there other things that are attached to this? These are up for discussion. Very interesting. All right. I want you to share this with others and think about it. Think about how it connects to the 33 lattice that I have shown you, and hopefully I'm increasing your awareness to look for these things. All right, we will speak again.